Who exactly are we praying to? Who is this God we close our eyes for? Who are we speaking to when no one's in the room and we whisper, Lord, help me? Do we know him? Or are we just repeating what someone told us long ago? Do we speak because we believe he hears? Or because silence feels heavier if we don't say anything at all? Have we made him into someone safe? Someone who only comforts us but never corrects us? Who is he really? Because if we don't know, then who exactly are we talking to? Welcome back to the studio. It's Delight here. No guest today, just you, me, and a few questions we don't ask out loud. Let's sit with them for a moment. Jesus said, Your Father, who sees in secret. Matthew 6:6, not just hears. He sees the room when the door is shut. He sees the tears you don't post. He sees the way you smile for everyone, but break down when you're alone. He sees what no one claps for. The prayer you whisper under your breath. The nights you try to sleep but can't stop thinking. The quiet battles that leave no bruises on the outside. He sees. But if he sees in secret, why does it still feel like no one's watching? If he's looking, why do I feel forgotten? Does he see me crying at night and still do nothing? Does he watch me drown in silence and just wait for me to learn something? What kind of father watches but doesn't move? What kind of love waits in the shadows? And if he really sees, what is he waiting for? In John 11, they sent word to Jesus. Lord, the one you love is sick. That's all they said. Not a long prayer, not a loud cry, just a message. And Jesus, he heard it, but he waited. 2 more days, not because he didn't care, but because he had something else in mind. Still, can we talk about that? Why would a loving God delay? Why would he wait when he had the power to move? Why let Lazarus die? Just to show he could raise the dead. Why not stop the pain before it starts? Why does help sometimes come after the damage is already done? Is he testing our limits? Is he waiting for us to break? Or does he see something in the waiting that we never will? Is it trust he's building, or just silence we're surviving? And if he loved them, why didn't he run? Why didn't he come right away? Because if this is how he loves, then maybe we've misunderstood love all along. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Luke 6:27-28. That's what Jesus said. But who asks that? Who looks at a wounded person and tells them to forgive the one holding the knife? Who tells someone to smile at the one who crushed their name, broke their trust, mocked their tears? What kind of God is this? Is he asking for healing or just pretending the pain didn't happen? What kind of love says, turn the other cheek, when the first one is still bruised? Why would he command what feels impossible? Does he not know what they did? Does he not see how hard it is to even breathe in the same room with them? Why would he ask me to let go when I haven't even healed yet? Why would he ask me to love someone who doesn't deserve it? Unless he's trying to teach me something about himself. That forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's about freedom. That maybe he's not telling me to excuse what they did, but to stop letting it control what I become. Still, it's hard, so hard, because it doesn't feel holy. It just feels unfair. And yet, he keeps whispering, forgive. A lot of us grew up in church. We heard the stories, we learned the verses, we were told to pray, so we did. But somewhere along the way, we started talking to a name instead of a person. We say God, but who is that to us really? Do we pray because we know him, or because we were told we're supposed to? Do we say thank you and help me because we trust him, or because that's just what we were taught to say? Have we built a routine around someone we've never truly met? When we pray, are we talking to a person or just an idea? Is he real to us, or is he just a feeling we reach for when life gets too heavy? Because if we knew him, wouldn't our prayers sound different? Wouldn't we talk and pause and listen? Wouldn't we speak from the heart instead of reciting old lines? If we really knew him, wouldn't it feel more like a conversation and less like a performance? And maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe the reason prayer feels dry is because we're talking to a version of God that never really existed. A God made out of fear, or rules, or pressure, but not the real him. And maybe he's been waiting, not just to hear from us, but to actually know us, and for us to know him, not through someone else, not through what the preacher said, but for ourselves, just him. Even when we don't understand him, he waits. Even when we stop praying, he listens for us anyway. Even when we let go of him, he never lets go of us. He's not in a rush, but he's not absent either. He doesn't chase us with noise. He just waits, quietly, right where we left him. And maybe that silence we fear the most is actually where he's been speaking the clearest. Could it be that he is more patient than we are faithful? Could it be that while we're asking, why hasn't he moved, he's waiting for us to stop running? Maybe he sees the whole story, not just the page we're stuck on. Maybe he knows what's ahead, so he doesn't panic when we get lost in the middle. Maybe we think he's late because we don't know what he's building. And maybe, just maybe, he's been waiting for us to stop trying to control him and start trusting that he still knows what he's doing, even when it doesn't look like it. So, who exactly are we praying to? Not the God of our emotions, not the one we made in our own image, not the God who does things our way, on our time, maybe not the God of instant answers, not the one who always says yes, not the one who explains everything right away. Maybe he's the God we need, even when he doesn't feel like the God we want. A father, a friend, a fire, a king, the one who listens when no one else does, the one who sees what no one else sees, the one who stays when everyone else walks away. That's who we're praying to, or is it?